Shall we move on to the next topic at hand, folks?
Yep.
That would be anything else we missed. If you have anything you would like to talk about, bring up here, please speak your piece now, and
I have something.
go right ahead then, Myon.
Alright. Basically, what I'm doing is, I'm sure Steve already knows this, but I'm kind of curious that if this is either just me me being too sensitive, or does anyone else think that the leadership of the Walpus Station Wagon has gotten increasingly corrupt and or authoritarian? I'm just going to link this straw poll right here.
Now,
not this. Let's not.
hang on, guys. Hold on, I'm
Let them
gonna
say
make
their piece.
Yes,
Okay.
I ask that since Myon says this is not a dumb question. This is a legitimate question, and I ask you folks to not ridicule him for this. I honestly want to. I honestly want to
It's
honor
more like,
what
oh
he.
no, I know where this is going.
I want to honor his concerns, so I'm gonna take a look at the straw poll. So I'd say answer honestly on this one, if you are keen on answering on this at all. So I am going to address it here, though, Myon. I think it's probably wise to let the admins speak for themselves about this, because really, corruption seems kind of broad here. It doesn't really feel like you really gave a good example of what you mean. Do you have any examples you can say to back this up?
Um,
Going to shut up.
Not without bringing up recent events. That's,
Well, I in that instance, it would probably be it'd probably be a good thing. But if you can make it an ambiguous, like at all, or even hypothetical, that would probably work.
all right. Someone mishandled the incidents with the whole image spam a few days ago.
Alright, I'm just gonna speak up here. Go ahead and say names, because we all know who you're talking about.
Okay, it was Roy.
Considering
he
it's
was-
me.
Yeah. But I think this was talked about a bit before, Myon.
It was. It was.
Myon, do you acknowledge the fact that the meme land would actually be a better place for that kind of thing? Because this,
Yeah.
I know it was exclusively for the main chat when this issue was brought to light. So you said yes, didn't you?
Yes, however, the situation could have been handled a lot better.
How would you have handled it?
Okay, before we go any further, let's explain what happened to everyone so people know what's going on.
Yeah, that would be fine. And then we'll let Myon answer.
Can I
Gordon's
explain
question.
as someone who wasn't there for anything and looked at it afterwards?
Yes.
Here's what I observed. A lot of images in a row, and a lot more than usual. One or two people, I think, expressed. I don't know if they expressed it in the chat or if it was done, or if it was also. But I don't know if it was expressed in the chat or not. But it was definitely told to one of ours that the image spam was getting a little too annoying, and we don't like to have images crowding out the text in the U-Haul. So, Roy, I observed Roy telling everyone to cool it with the pictures. No more. These pictures don't show up because they were deleted, but the next couple messages had more pictures. So I don't remember who posted them, but right after that, Roy suspended pictures in the U-Haul because no one was listening to him.
Mm-hmm.
All right, that's what I saw.
Exactly.
And yes, after that, the images were deleted, and yeah, as Myon said, he feels it could have been probably handled a little bit better, but
I would like to
I
know
want-
handle.
You guys are.
I would.
Go
You
ahead.
guys
I
are
would like-
missing part of the incident. There
Well,
was something that happened directly after that, which is probably why this
Can I-
poll ended up coming up.
Can I
Alright.
say it? Basically,
Go ahead. People
Okay,
think I'm
'cause I
biased.
I actually have Sean as well. So, you guys, what happened was, from what I heard, and even Kine had mentioned this, like, some of the ones that were asked to stop that were post images stopped calmly, but sorry to say this, Mion, you were the only one that was causing a fuss about it by, like, saying enable
Yes, I
pictures
did
or
s-
riot.
Yeah, I
Let
did
let
say
me
that.
let me
I know,
just
but
say
still.
I even talked to you about this afterwards, and like
Yeah, I
you even
know.
said yourself you could have acted better. But
I could've
the
acted
fact
better.
that you
Could've
and
also-
like multiple people in the chat who were not mods, they were just regular members, can confirm that you called him an authoritarian asshole.
Okay. Well,
Kind
yes.
of
Now,
justified.
now the issue here is that you acknowledge that you did all of this, but you're saying we could have handled it better.
Yes.
How?
I
How would
could've-
you have handled it? How would you have
I
handled
would've-
it?
I would have just come in here and figured out what was going on.
What was going on? There were
Yes.
too many pictures being posted, and people were complaining. There's more to it than that?
I would have gone to the voice chat and saw if there was a discussion involving all those pictures.
And regardless
There
of that,
was-
regardless of that, all right, fine. Why does that justify it? I mean, you don't have to post these pictures. You can wait
I
a little
could've
bit between
also,
posting these pictures.
Mhm.
You can
I'm
send them
trying-
privately if there are particular people who need to see
yes,
them.
yes, I know, but
Let him finish, Mion. We'll
No,
give
I'm
you your
finished.
time
Go
when
on.
it's through.
No,
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm finished. Go on.
I also do agree with pretty much everything that Porygon was saying. That's what I was trying to say, but Porygon said the exact same thing. I would have also told people that this was getting out of hand,
I did.
rather
did.
than and
And
repeatedly
then-
spam the same message in all caps.
I did not spam
We-
the
That I didn't-
same message
there
in
was
all
no
caps.
all-
I shouldn't
There was
need
no all
to.
caps.
Oh, sure, there wasn't all caps.
I
Yeah.
shouldn't need to
What was
say
it
it
then?
in more than a calm tone of voice in the chat. I
Mhm.
was in another group, busy with another thing. I shouldn't have to come in here and say, knock it off. I
I'll go
should
ahead
be
and
able
say
to
that-
just say it in chat.
I'll go ahead and say that my first instinct wouldn't have been to immediately go and turn off image posting, but that's just what he decided to do.
There
And
was-
At least
to be,
to
and
ahead.
like that's just me. I'm a little bit more patient, but I would have waited a minute or two. But he shouldn't have to
I
wait a minute
had.
or two. You should have to.
Yeah.
Oh, you did. I would have
Yeah,
waited a
I
little
did
longer.
wait for a few minutes. They posted more
I don't remember
images,
the timestamps.
and I just turned it off.
Okay.
Yeah,
Because I
and,
had warned them that if they did not stop, I would be turning them off again. This is
Now-
not the first time this has happened.
N-
And
now-
my second question is, Mion, are all admins corrupt, or is Roy corrupt? Because there's a big difference in the two issues.
This is neither of that. This is, have the admins been increasingly authoritarian since Spaz fell ill? It's
Well,
just that.
Well, not really. That's pretty much the
Well, you're
pretty much
speaking
the
for
fin-
yourself.
Yeah.
Well,
What does everyone else think?
Yeah.
well, I personally joined while Spaz was ill. I've never seen it under his administration, and I have to say that this is the least authoritarian group I've ever been in.
Mhm. Anyone else have anything to say? Members are free to speak up
On
here.
a lighter note, I plan on starting a drawing board for the
Not the
WS
time you
Yeah, a little ahead of yourself there. Apologies, you. Just give it a moment.
I haven't noticed anything different since Spaz went out of commission.
Yeah, and I wish him well too. I honestly hope he gets better soon. This must be bad.
It was on a couple nights ago.
Yeah. Chirno Lover says, "Can I say?" Oh, there's more to it. I'll give him a minute.
So, what you would have done differently was check the situation, but the situation was clear as day, and the and the people in the voice chat had alternatives to posting in the chat. They just didn't feel like taking them. Seems to be what happened. What else would you have done differently?
I would also have not muted the person that called you an asshole. Instead, I would have asked them to not do that.
Okay.
Would you?
Okay.
Oh man, you're missing.
Let's see. Break the rule. You break the rules and call someone out and call someone. All right, flubbing words.
Hold on.
You make a personal insult, and you expect to have a right to not be muted and instead told to stop. What?
I also
There's even a piece missing.
24 hours.
Hang on,
Okay,
Yon.
let me
Oh, boy.
explain, and I'll tell you what happened.
Yes, go
So-
ahead, Roy. You have the floor.
Now I will give my side of the story, how it happened as I was there. I got a message from 3 different members saying, hey, there's some spamming going on in the chat. Is it really appropriate? Can it stop? And can you do something about it? I came in, saw the spamming, said, hey, knock it off, guys. I'm going to turn off images if you don't. They didn't stop. I told them, I warned you guys, stop. They didn't stop, so I turned off images. Then Mion said, riot images again, turn on images or riot. And I was informed by a member in the chat room that Mion was planning to spam me in retaliation and had to be talked down from that. It's at that point that I muted him to tell him, don't even think about it.
Mm-hmm.
I unmuted him in 5 minutes and made it clear that it was a tactic to dissuade him from even attempting what he was thinking of, at which point I was called an authoritarian asshole 3 seconds after I unmuted him, and then I did mute him again. And then he left before I could unmute him again, and went and talked to Kine instead of me, at which point Kine told him he wouldn't be unmuted for 24 hours, when I would have unmuted him in 5 minutes.
Wait, I did not say he would not be unmuted for 24 hours. I said that images will probably be back up in the probably the next day. Hey.
Ah.
I didn't say. I didn't not say. I didn't have the entire log.
My bad, Kine. All I know is someone told him that he wouldn't be unmuted for 24 hours, and it wasn't me.
And
And then
I'll
he
say
got
this.
angry at me for it.
I want to say this real fast. This goes back to what I was talking about before about singling out somebody who carries out the act of doing it. The reality is, Mion, that if any of the members came and reported this to any other admin, like say Porygon, me, or anyone else, we would have likely done the exact same thing, because why Roy disabled it in the chat was to gain a little bit of control on there since it was getting out of hand. And honestly, the other option at the time that you might have been able to do differently, just as the other people were able to do, is go to the meme land. Now, admittedly, this could have been suggested, and that's one thing I could see being a little bit different, but at the time that was not the focus. The focus was the reaction that was given from you at the time, so that's kind of where it all started. I mean, the real overall issue ended up not being about the image posting, because that was taken care of and put on control, and that's completely fine because people still had access to talk in the chat. And if they really wanted to link something like that, they could have said, "Oh, hey, check the meme land," or something of the sort. That's
what I did when the.
If I recall correctly, someone did actually say, "Hey, just take it over to the meme land," and Utsuho, I think that's still his name. I think he hasn't changed it. Yeah. I think Utsuho was like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't know we had it. I didn't know what the meme land was for," and then he took it over there immediately.
Good on that
ifs, ands, or
person.
buts. Just, hey, I'm sorry, I didn't know. I'll take it over there.
I even have some screenshots of the text that was in there, and LSCon even posted one of the rules that images may be posted but not spammed, and just take them to meme land.
Yeah, he straight up screenshotted the rule and put it in there.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, that's the biggest thing I'd keep in mind with the issue that you brought up, and honestly, there's nothing really to be held against you for that, because we can all say ignorant things at the time and even have biases, but what was done there doesn't discredit you. I don't discredit you for what you did, and even some of the things you said, they can be improved. The opinions can be improved. Seeing this whole thing happen is just a reminder that we all have room to grow in some way, so I wouldn't take it bad that we are bringing this up in the town hall. In fact, I'd say this would be a very good lesson to keep in mind, not only for you, but some of the other members too, and anybody who's listening to this on YouTube and everything else like that. So just keep this stuff in mind. It's really not something that has to be that difficult or complicated. In fact, this issue really didn't have to persist as much as it did.
Honestly,
go ahead, Keenan.
Honestly, I would prefer people just to go one-on-one with people, just to discuss if you have a problem with someone, you can try to talk to them about it and see if this is either a complete misunderstanding or it's something that can be fixed. Honestly, with the whole Roy thing, everyone thinks he's like Mr. Meanie Bobini. Freaking, you can just talk to him. Just
looking at the chat, Nora brought up a very good. Sorry, Kine. I'll be brief here, but Nora mentioned a very good point in the chat that people who end up talking about this kind of thing and hold grudges, people consider harshness and abuse, harshness and evil kind of hand in hand when it's really not. Roy, he's pretty straightforward about this kind of thing, and he can be very blunt about this stuff. He's never really mean-spirited about this, and him doing his job is not something to be not really a good excuse to ridicule him for. Because what about us? If we did that, would we receive the same ridicule? We could.
I'd love to say something about Roy.
Yes, go ahead.
Me too.
The dude is blunt as hell online, but he's a hell of a lot more approachable, in real life, than he might seem to some of you guys online.
I'd like to say
I can agree with as well.
Mind if I say something too?
Go ahead, Ultima. Yes, very. Go ahead.
The way that I see it, Roy is probably the most no-nonsense of the admins. I'd have to say, if I had to describe him, I'd say that most of the time he's fair, but when he needs to be, he will be as ruthless as he needs to be. Therefore, he's essentially the executioner and the one willing to dish out the judgment and punishment when needed.
Can I say something?
Go ahead.
What I think about Roy is that he's realistic in his job, and I can respect that. He does his job efficiently and is not afraid to hurt people's feelings, and that's an important trait if you're an admin. If people are breaking the rules and then they're going to be the whiny type about it, you have to be able to hurt them. You have to deal with that. You just can't be soft on them.
Mm-hmm. And
I can respect that.
I'm looking in the chat, and I need to read this out. So, Yokai Minoria says, we are still humans. We'll always cause and create grudges, but I think we should not be so rude or something. That's at least what I think, and I wholeheartedly agree. We should not be rude to each other about this.
Diz,
Yes.
I had to agree with what 404 said. That we should respect I should say that's sort of respectable that Roy is not afraid to hurt people's feelings when doing his job. I mean, let's face it, if you have to punish someone, if you have to punish someone and their feelings are going to be hurt, yes, but that it's part of the job. You need to punish if you need to punish. If someone's being an ass and you punish them and they get hurt about it, why should you give a shit that you hurt their feelings? They earned it. They broke the rules and now they're suffering the punishment.
You see, folks, this is coming from general members. These are members that really do get it, that understand that some of the things we do are for very good reasons. And this is something that I'd say would be a very good thing to learn, because this is proper leadership understanding. And go ahead,
I was going to say that if I was in the position of an admin, I would do exactly how he does. Like, you just don't bring emotions into it. You just do your job.
Yes, don't let your feelings really get in the way, kind of thing.
I wouldn't care if it was a friend of mine. If they broke the rules, I would show no mercy.
I think if I recall correctly, someone mentioned that we probably that there might be a problem where admins don't want to hurt people's feelings.
Yeah, actually, that is true.
If anything, acknowledge the fact that in order to properly do your job, you might have to hurt someone's feelings and tell them no.
There's a balance, honestly, between like the people who are really willing to get in the face and like who are willing to get deep down, which I honestly think that's good for the admin thing.
If anything, I'd also like to mention that, again, some of the admins are really good at a particular thing, others might not be. Roy is really good at a particular field of being very direct with people, no nonsense about it, and that's a good trait. That is a good trait, but other people can interpret that kind of trait negatively, quite easily at that, but that's not his fault. He was direct. He said what he said, and he meant what he said, and he said it in stone. He really isn't acting out of line, and he really isn't acting on his own accord all the time. In fact, he's very, very talkative with us about these kind of things, and that's a very good thing, because oftentimes we come together as a team, the admins, to talk about these kind of things first before we do anything, but there are times where admins do have to take action before they have a chance to bring it up in the admin chat, and that's the biggest thing.
I may be the guy with the gun, but I got a team behind me who's ready to back me up.
I will say this, I dealt with corrupt mods before in other communities I've been in, and I will say none of you guys currently are, and you guys already kicked 2 of the most corrupt mods. So yeah, congrats to you all.
Why, thank you.
Hello.
Alright. So, I suppose, hey Mion, is that enough? Does that answer your questions?
Yeah.
Thank you. Alright.
One other thing that I want to bring up before we leave this topic, though, is make sure that you're not throwing the actions of one person onto a group and vice versa. Like, Mion, the quiz, I'm going to honestly say, in my personal opinion here, was completely unnecessary.
It was.
If you have a problem with me, tell me. I can't fix a problem if I don't know about it. I respect people who come to me with their problems straight out and say, hey, you, I have a problem with you. There's this problem. What are we going to do about it? More than I appreciate somebody going around and just talking about it behind my back like, oh wow, that Roy guy, he's such an ass.
Yeah, and this goes for more than just Roy as well. Like, this can apply to many people, members and moderators alike. That should never be happening, talking behind someone's back like that. That is uncool. And that should not be acceptable in the eyes of the members and the admins.
And well, yeah, like the whole back needs done it at least like 30.
Is your mic
So-
alright? Yeah.
Oh no, he's cutting out.
He's cutting out. Bear with him, folks.
Alright. Sorry, I have something to say.
Yeah, actually, before we dwell on this more, do we actually have any more people who are wanting to talk about it? We don't have to talk. We aren't going to talk about it right now if somebody has something to say, but if you have anything more, we can at least know that somebody wants to talk about something.
Well, I did say in the admin chat that I did advise Roy to talk to Neil directly about this before the town hall, but it seems like he couldn't.
Well,
Why did you do that? I don't remember seeing that.
Is it working now?
It is.
Yes.
Okay, what I was gonna say here is, like, the whole talking behind people's back really does need to stop, because it's not going to help the situation at all.
This wasn't really talking behind someone's back. It was just waiting for a public venue to voice the concerns instead of just coming to me directly.
Yeah, and Steve-O, I believe that Roy ended up getting back like really close to the time of the town hall's start, so it didn't seem like he had the chance.
Yeah, like I said, he was unable to.
Mm-hmm. Yes. But do we have anything more to say about this before we move on?
About this particular issue, or something other, or something else.
Either or.
All right.
Well.
Well. Do you have something?
Not sure if it's really just me, but it feels like people are sort of role-playing in the main chat a bit too often, and it kind of just bugs me a tad bit. Yeah, it's...
yes.
That's a legitimate issue. That's something we can actually fix really easily. It's just, we just got to remember, guys, you guys can tell people what, if they're breaking a rule, you can tell them what to do too.
Actually, I don't think Yeah, I don't think we have the roleplay rule in here in the Discord like we did with Raid Call, which generally discourage roleplaying, and I think the biggest reason for that is we have a hashtag roleplay group. So for the issue of main chat roleplaying, please take it to the roleplay. We could honestly use another roleplay room in the instance that there's another roleplay going on. And heck, folks, you can even branch out to DeviantArt for role-playing. Like, you can role-play through the comments, through notes, whatever you want. And honestly...
for this one, it's basically, we just gotta say, if you guys start doing... If it goes on for more than 3 or 4 posts of, like, people doing actions, take it over to the roleplay room. Just be a little bit courteous,
or
guys.
one
Don't
of the
make
2
us
roleplay rooms.
Yeah.
I'll probably after this town hall, I'm gonna do a couple changes to both the rule list and the different rooms. So just whoever does the logs, give me a list of things we suggested.
That's what it is, Roy. We got now like those little like topics at the top of the thing now, so we can set that up too.
Yeah, I almost completely forgot about that. I gotta figure out how to do that.
I set it up myself.
I have something I'd like to bring up.
May I bring up the thing I was going to bring up earlier, if I may ask?
I'll let Siege go first.
Not quite yet. You wait for announcements.
Yeah, for the announcements, that will be coming up right soon here, you cat. So please hold on to it for a little bit longer. All right, so Siege, you have a thingy.
Well, you see it going on right now, spamming in the town hall chat. That really doesn't help anybody.
The only person here that's kind of spamming is Red Goose.
And that's just because she can't talk.
Yeah. Oh well, but yeah, I see where Siege is coming from here. I mean, there can be gag topics in the chat that can make it forgivable,
So like,
but
take it, and will we have? So let's like take it to the other chat rooms that this would be appropriate for, not town hall.
Yeah, Town Hall is really not a place for that, and Siege makes a good point. Keep things relevant to a specific room where it's relevant. Like if you're role playing in the main U-Haul chat, just go to the role play. If you have a project you're trying to get out there, go to the projects, so on and so forth. And heck, look, even Roleplay 2 is there, so you have 2 rooms for it now.
I made that.
Rejoice.
Yes.
Hopefully the egg
All
laying
right.
thing will stop.
I feel like roleplay 1 should be for slightly more serious, and roleplay 2 should be for less serious, but I'm not sure.
Like the stuff that goes on in the chat, how I have roleplay 2 for that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
like
the
derp
stupid stuff.
stuff will go into
2 or something.
I'm actually going to change the name of these.
Like the type of role plays that have like many paragraphs and things like that goes in number 1, and the derpy stuff goes in number 2. How about that?
Yeah, I see what he is getting at here. Good suggestion.
Yeah, that is a good suggestion.
All right.
Yeah, you. Aside from the roleplay rooms, after the town hall, you probably also definitely want to add a reminder for the rules and the role mentioning it in the roleplay rooms and the rules.
Yeah.
Good thing I showed up.
Again,
Yeah,
we are actually still relatively new into Discord, so we got a number of maintenance things we can do and changes we can make. So, yeah.
Oh yeah, that's a nice suggestion, Vic.
Channels are in alpha order, so don't separate them by name too much.
As well as the names.
We will share no lover, but one thing first. Does anyone have any other topics they'd
Actually,
like
the
to...
channels are not alphabetical.
I can make them alphabetical, though.
Don't do it.
Don't. All right.
Yeah, there is a reason the rooms have been set up the way they've been set up.
Yeah, because it's
Because you
alphabetical.
got information rules is the first thing, and then you got the U-Haul, which is the second thing. You got the mini rooms, then you got all the rest of the trophy stuff.
Yep. All right. Well, it seems like that's that, since I heard no one pipe up on any topics they wanted to bring up. So,
I think I might have one, but I can't remember at the moment.
all right. Perhaps we need to move on because we are getting quite a bit of length here. So, for the town hall meeting. So, I hope you folks don't mind, but we shall move on to the projects and announcements. Got a project you want to announce? Now's the time. A good tip to keep in mind before we begin this is to have a link to your thing ready. Be it a journal, be it a deviation of some sort you want to promote, just have it on hand and also have a link to your DeviantArt profile in tandem with that. And this is done for the sake of mentions in the Town Hall minutes. Bleach will be taking the notes for this one.
Again.
Yet again. So he will be the reciprocant for your announcements. So who has an announcement?
Alright, I'd like to go last with my announcements.
Last, you
On a
said?
lighter note, I plan on starting a drawing board for the WSW next week hopefully. It may wind up having to use Evolve currently until I find a way to fix that. Voice acting position.
Alright.
Voice acting positions are also still open for my game.
Okay. So send that information to Bleach's way. If you have a journal of some sort, concrete thing, that would be nice to have, because the only way, if you don't have a link to something and Bleach gets it, he has to listen back in the recording to find something you said. So critical information should be kept a little bit more separate from your announcement. That's another tip I'll bring up. But let's see here. In the chat here, we have Dusted Ender Noise as an announcement. That would be Enderman, typically.
Yeah, that's me.
All right, state your announcement.
So, I haven't really updated this on a while, but the Tunnel of Doom boss rush mod is like getting close to done. Tier 4 is now complete. I'm like in the middle of Tier 5 right now, and then after that, it's just gonna be balance changes. And that's that. And a little second announcement. The reason why I've been like postponing a lot of Tunnel of Doom boss rush stuff because I've been working on my like very short spooky Doom mod, which it's gonna be really short, but it's gonna be like multiplayer and all that stuff. So yeah,
All right.
that's pretty much it.
Thank you, Dusted Enderman. Next up, we have Cherno Lover. Go right ahead, Cherno Lover.
Someone will probably need to be a voice box for him.
Yeah, since he's typing it out in the chat. I can't do it since I have the chat scrolled up so I can go down by the list here of people who asked to go. I'd ask Porygon to do it since he's so eager a lot of the time to do it, but it looks like his mic's muted.
Yeah, he's muted.
Yeah, not now.
There we go. All right, give Cherno Lover a moment, folks.
We're waiting.
Also, in the meantime, I will mention, if you do have an announcement, please wait until it is your turn to announce something to link the content to Bleach so that he will be able to focus on it as you are going through your announcement. That's probably the most convenient way for it, I suppose, since I know there would probably be people that would just message him in bulk right away as soon as we announce the project and announcements. I suppose I can announce who is coming up next after Cherno.
I never said I was gonna read it. I said not right now.
I'll read it. Okay, so continue with my updates about my fanfic work. The topic about my fanfic is going to be about Patchy and other Toho characters stealing their S word back from Marisa. Also, keep your eyes out for the possible Grey Garden Nohara project I might be doing now. Any questions?
Quick thing, I need to check with Channel Lover if is the project going to involve the game, like recording it, or something else? Okay, good, because just want to make sure so you don't get in trouble by some of the fans, because remember, Mokeko has put in now no uploading videos of his games now.
Mm-hmm.
Which is why I had to pretty much put one of that project on indefinite hiatus.
Yeah. All right. So, thank you for your announcement, Cherno Lover. Next up, we have... I think that is Jester. That implies it. Jester, do you have an announcement? This will take time. Okay, since you're typing it out, it probably will be wise to let someone else in voice go, and that would be Pop Fan.
Alright, so as some of you may know, Full Hit Points and I are working on a game called Magicana along with Ruko Michiharu, and we are endeavoring to work through it full steam during NaNoWriMo. However, we kind of are doubting that we might be able to finish it by the end of the year as we had initially intended to. And our next estimated release date is sometime in spring 2016. And to hold you over, here's a couple screenshots of what we've done so far. Here you go.
Oh, I must see.
Hey, Diz, I was helping out with frickin' Aaron's computer, so, I mean, I got to see parts of Magicana before you did.
Oh, yeah, I'd imagine so. Look at this, folks. This is awesome.
Take a look at the thing that you posted.
Huh?
Oh, it's a Rule 63 Wispy Woods.
Top levels.
That was not something I needed to hear today.
But you got it anyway.
Wait.
Top
What?
levels.
What was that?
Time
Wow.
out.
It's one of the screenshots, folks.
Time out. Time out,
Yeah.
Roy. Is that what? No videos or streams from Japan, only foreigners are allowed to make them? What?
I'm gonna double check with somebody, but if that's the right translation, then your project's back in order.
What?
Hmm.
Okay.
I told you,
Let-
Bleach.
Let me poke the people I know who speak Japanese.
So only Japanese people are banned.
Okay. Well, this goes on, I suppose.
Anyway, back on.
Foreigners only. That doesn't make any sense.
Isn't that just as racist as the symbol itself?
Back on topic.
We have
yeah,
just
Machikana is awesome.
Yes, folks.
I will, by the end of the town hall, I should have an answer to what this actually says, so I will be able to tell you whether or not that translation is legit or bullshit.
All
Oh
right.
wow, okay.
So the announcement
so-
Jester had was stated. Puffan, is that all you had to announce, or is there something else you had to announce first?
Well, depends. If anybody has any questions pertaining to the project, they're free to ask.
Is Ruko still looking for a composer?
Not anymore. She's kind of decided to cut her losses and just do the whole soundtrack herself. Although she may or may not still be needing a composer for that CD quality OST that she's planning.
Understood. All right, real fast, can somebody read out Jester's announcement?
I
Let
will.
me see.
All
Okay,
right.
never mind.
So I am planning to do Toho Keyblades project.
Oh.
It's exactly.
Oh.
This already sounds dodgy to me.
It's exactly what it says on the tin. I'm going to start around the end of October or early November. I'll be looking for help for naming the Keyblades and probably some design suggestions. This is what I can announce right now. I'll make a stash for further details later. Thank you.
I'm sorry, Jester.
Jester, I have one real quick question for you. Have you ever heard of the fanfiction Spellcards and Keyblades?
No, don't
Oh,
say it.
God.
Have you also heard of the fanfiction Keys to the Heart? And have you heard of
yeah.
Keys to the Heart X
You're
Chapter?
giving me post-traumatic traumatic stress disorder, guys, please.
He says maybe. So maybe he has a sense to do better. Because honestly, I admit wholeheartedly, there is potential with a Toho Kingdom Hearts crossover. There is potential, but
I have a tip.
yes.
Don't have two fucking random OCs running around doing unrelated crap.
Yeah, OCs are kind of
Please.
treading a bit of a dangerous line there.
I don't even remember that the characters were named so similar it was actually impossible to tell what the hell was going on.
Don't spam your OCs in the wagon. We don't need no more OCs unless you actually have like a legit
Give me
one.
your monies.
I don't
Give
need
me
any
your
more gappies, dude.
Yes, right. That.
Yeah.
So.
Never forget the fanfic called My Immortal.
Oh no.
Let's not
Reckless, no.
We're treading a minefield, so let's step out of the minefield and go to the next
And,
announcement.
reminder, Jester, Mr. Puffman, please send me like any links regarding your project announcement as well as a link to your DA page, please.
Yeah, if you don't have your journal or announcement or anything like that made yet, you can make it later and get in touch with Bleach soon, but please do be quick because the minutes do get up actually pretty quick. All he would be able to do is link your profile, which people would be able to click and check out to see the announcement was there. But other than that, we have Kine Cat, who has an announcement.
Alright, I'll go after Kine.
Well,
there's a list here, Bleach. So since you didn't say anything, you're not going to be next. So go ahead, Kine.
That's so derp.
So yeah, just a quick announcement of the Chrono Trigger voice LP thing that I've been trying to do. It's kind of in overdrive. I just need to require more voices for it because I still want to get this up during November. And also, this is a reminder for people who are in the voice LP to send in their voices. I might need a replacement for Spaz because obvious illness. But yeah, here's that. I'm gonna link that to Bleach.
Actually, I wasn't next. I think someone else was next.
Yeah,
Was
there were a lot of
Diz.
people next.
Hang on a second. I got messaged by somebody. Do. So, what was happening there? Journal, new attorney thing.
Yeah, the Chrono Trigger voice LP that I was doing. I still want to get it done by November. If have to, I will probably have to delay. But yeah, people are. It's still accepting some roles. Some people need to send in their lines and and such. And I believe that's it.
All right, thank you, Kina Cat. Next up, we have Myeon. Yeah, Myeon. I'll just go Myeon because I can't remember the full alias now.
Myeon Nyan Mukyu.
That's right. I was about to say it in the wrong order, so go ahead.
Good job.
Yeah, basically, what I'm doing is I am currently working on a custom map for Minecraft. This is a spiritual successor to the Skyblock Challenge map that was made quite some time ago. This one has quite a bit more surprises on it. For instance, some of the islands are intended to be specific biomes. There is also a nether portal that has not been completed. It has intentionally been left incomplete because, yeah, it adds to the challenge. However, it is really far away and you can't really see it from the default spawning island. And yeah, there's also going to be a villager that you can trade things with. He will also sell things to you, and you can also sell things to him, etc., etc., etc. The individual islands, I am currently right now going into MC Edit to change up the biomes of the individual islands to make sure that they have specific features associated with them and they're correct. So the snowy biome will snow. The mushroom island biome will only spawn mushrooms, etc., etc., etc.
So basically, kind of the typical Minecraft motif from Skyblock, only it's expanded upon?
Yeah.
So, do you have any estimate, or at least a journal stating when it's going to come out?
I do not have a journal because I only just now started it today.
Understood. So, you can probably make that later on, then? Alright, so, thank you for that, Myeon. Is that all?
That's my DeviantArt if you want a link.
Send it to Bleach and PMs as well.
Alright. There we go. There's the second link to my DeviantArt that you received.
Alright, so, I suppose that's that then. So, let's see here. After Myeon, we have, Arugami. Arugami, is he here?
He'll probably be typing. I've never actually heard him use his mic.
Yes, he is. He's here.
I see he's unmuted, but, it doesn't mean he could speak. Yeah, he's typing in the chat. Give him a moment, folks.
Also, my older brother's a fan of Skyblock, so I'll let him know about this.
Well, I'm glad I woke up for this. I was asleep all day.
Yay.
With that, I've done my part.
Also, Kine, you haven't PM'd me the stats.
Yes, I have.
I'm a North.
I actually didn't realize it. Because Because I'm doing magic with all the other messages.
Mm-hmm.
How maddening.
Alright, Origami says he doesn't know if an ongoing series comic is considered an announcement. Shouldn't it be? Isn't it usually an announcement or what?
You can announce it. Yeah, you can that's why it's called projects and announcements. If you have an announcement about your current project, that is perfectly acceptable. The whole deal of this is to get publicity out there, after all.
Does he only have point out there?
Oh yeah, I'm doing a create your own adventure type comic, basically how I came to Gensokyo.
I've seen a bit of this, actually, yeah. So, you use straw poll typically for that base, and the idea is to go to different places based on your votes. So, that's pretty neat. We seem to be getting a lot of we seem to be getting a lot of OC insert stories recently to the wagon in the form of ongoing series, so that's interesting.
Toho's dead, guys.
For better or worse, we're getting them.
But 404, you gotta realize this series just hit its 20th anniversary.
No, 20 is dead. You don't understand. It's out of its teens. It's dead.
Yeah, Origami. Send me that in PM.
Yes.
I don't want Toho to be dead. It was great.
Alright, so, I've actually exhausted the list of people above here in the chat, so,
Somebody turned into Bane.
What?
Okay, then. Okay.
I think it was Itsuo.
Wait, what? I turned into Bane?
Well, you did sound a bit muffled.
Well, I can.
Alright, so,
things on my neck.
if you folks have an announcement, please do say something in the chat. Please say I or something like you have an announcement in the chat.
Alright, can you put me at the bottom of the list?
Yes, Steve-O, you are strictly last, so when we exhaust all things, you can go.
Can someone look at the admin chat real quick?
Can we hold on that?
I know, but I want you to look at it real quick.
I will look real fast here. So Bleach, you have an announcement, so you can go ahead and go.
Alright, so wanted to say, like, if you remember, I am working on a Madoka Magica RPG game, and still requesting help to do it. But now I am happy to actually announce that I actually am starting the auditions for, as you've probably seen me. So feel free to leave in the comments here which character you want to voice. Maximum of 3 for right now, but if no one gets that role, it would open up again.
You've been announcing this quite a bit each town hall. It's very nice to see you actually be able to move along.
This is actually like a further step into it.
Yeah, that's what I said. It's moving along.
It's a different journal, if you've noticed this.
I know. I'm saying it's moving along, though, Bleach. So, it's continuing forwards, slowly but surely.
Yep. So, yep, if there's any role you guys want, leave a comment in there, and I will put you in it. Like, we have a few people here that are listing some roles, such as Ortier, who is surprisingly...
to switch PC.
So there's
All right.
they're surprisingly wanting to voice Cube. For reasons I still don't know why, Ort. Yeah, that's mine.
I know nothing about Madoka, but Kyuubi's evil, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Emotionless son of a gun.
Put me down as being interested for that as well.
Oh my god!
If Cuba is a dick, I can be a
I'm
dick.
back.
So there are 3 people.
You see, Bleach, this is why I can't believe that you are evil.
What?
And I never will.
I don't believe anyone here is evil.
I'm the most evil. Trust me, I'm
How?
definitely evil.
Did he say I'm not?
How
was
the
talking
hell
about
did we get
Cube.
to this topic of conversation?
I was talking about Cube, a fictional character.
I'm very evil.
I know, and you're like, oh, you want to voice an evil character? What the hell?
What the hell
My
is going on?
These revelations.
I'm sorry, I think we took a wrong left turn at Albuquerque and left our sanity there.
It can
It's
stay there.
funny.
Oh, please. You have no
All right.
sanity then.
It can
We
stay
left
there.
our sanity at the door a long time ago.
I left my
Hang on,
my sanity
hang
at the
on,
bottom of the
hang on.
Mariana Trench. Good luck.
I really wish Bluey Dark was still here because I was going to suggest she announce a recent project.
Blue Dark's a he, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, the character is resemblant of a she, but yes,
I'm gonna
you're
call
right.
Hikaru a she all I want.
Androgyny.
Yep. Anyways, yeah. It's in the featured folder if you're curious about what I meant.
I have to go for now. See you people.
Bye.
See ya.
See ya.
So, we have Bleach who got his announcement out of the way. Anybody else?
I think it's
RSG.
Steve time.
RSG has one, Steve-O.
Oh,
so.
wait. Sorry.
Alright, go ahead, RSG.
I've got a couple announcements. First, in Crate.Swift Extended news, I've been messing around with a feature, and people have talked about this kind of feature a bit, and it's not quite what people, I think, would think of, but what I've managed to do is I've managed to make a customizable menu. So, what this essentially means is you can make asset packs for Crate.Swift, and they'll have their menus and everything.
Yes.
So, if I get what you're saying right, we can finally actually implement our own characters into Create.Swift.
Or custom assets to Create.Swift and it fits in seamlessly?
I cannot do character parts. I don't know how I would implement that because the current system doesn't let me change how things are referenced in the code. So I'd have to do something really weird, which I haven't thought of how I would do that. But you can have like a set of objects. So it's like having the object list, but except for you can have different categories and fill it up with whatever you want.
Ooh, this is awesome.
And I have a link that shows that, and it comes with a download of what an asset pack looks like.
Yes, folks, RSG is making a proper mod for Create.Swift, and it's getting more and more awesome.
Yes.
Oh man, RSG, you're doing great.
This is gonna make my stuff a lot easier.
Guys, everybody who hasn't clicked on that link, click on it. This is neat.
I am bookmarking this.
Can you PM it to me on RSG? For the notes.
Yeah.
minutes.
So, from what I gather, like you'd be able to implement custom props into the main menu and just call upon them from there.
Yeah. So if you don't like having to type in URLs, or you can, so someone can make a compilation of all their stuff, and then you just download it, put it in with all your other files, and it'll just be part of your list.
Okay. Would you be able to, would like vector images like the vanilla props be recognized as well?
No, there's not native SVG support within Flash. There's libraries out there, but that would take quite a bit of time. This is still very much work in progress.
Okay.
A lot of the time is just spent getting the darn scrolling menus to work.
All right. So is that for that announcement?
Well, there is another smaller one.
All right, go right ahead.
Well, it's also Create.Swift Extended, but what this is putting props directly into Create.Swift Extended. So instead of the static images, you'll be able to send them to me, and they will just be part of Create.Swift Extended. Like you might have noticed some of Feraligono's props have been added.
You also made a model prop that you imported into Create.Swift Extended, and it fits seamlessly in with the rest of the props.
Yeah, I haven't spent a lot of time into it, but I've been getting Google Forms, getting that all going, so that way I can accept submissions of props to put in with the official releases of Create.Swift Extended. That's basically it.
Yeah, that's some really cool stuff you're doing with it.
Oh yeah.
Man, give this man some more time with this, and we're gonna have our own full-fledged modded Create.Swift with all of the neat features we've been dreaming for.
Yay!
It'll take time, though, definitely, won't it?
Might use it, though.
It'll be well worth it in the end.
Mm-hmm. The hard work will pay off for this, I swear it will, RSG.
I got a question about that, though. Are you actually modifying the Flash version, or are you just using the new thing?
It's its own thing, I think.
It's a recompile of the original.
Yeah, you see, I couldn't take the time to do that because I didn't understand ActionScript because, yeah.
ActionScript hates me.
Well, my big problem is just that literally everything's corrupted.
Wait, what?
Like, I've spent a lot of time trying to fix the menus, because the menus would corrupt every time I open up the
Was this
project.
like the decompiled version that you decompiled? RSG?
What are you talking about?
Was this the version that you decompiled using one of those online decompilers, or did I give you the source code already?
No, this is my own code I got from, I forget which decompiler it is. This is actually a hybrid of two decompiled codes. One that has the graphics and one that has the programming.
Ah, I see. Give me a few moments.
Did you find something?
Oh, well, just give me a few moments. Continue with the town hall.
I don't know why I almost like orgasm whenever we talk about computer code.
Is this Aaron?
Because he is computer sexual.
Yes, I am.
Yes, I am.
Moving on.
Yes,
All
I
right.
am.
So, do you have another announcement aside from that, RSG? Like anything related to Ramu Bros or something?
There's been some progress. There's been a little, of course, there's been quite a bit of focus on Crate.Swift lately.
Yeah.
So
Nothing
there is
substantial.
there's gonna be a new mode. There's gonna be some new stuff, but it's taking a bit of time.
All right. Well, thank you then, RSG. So, I think unless anybody has another announcement, I think it might be Steve-O's turn. So, anybody have an announcement? Last call.
I'll probably just say, like, first, thanks, Roy, for confirming that, because...
Hold on a sec. I'm still finishing up getting the translation, so I'll get you a concrete answer.
Okay, then let Steve-O go then.
Yep. No one's saying anything in the chat. Steve-O, you have the floor.
Alright, 2 announcements. One, I am wanting to do a voiced LP. No, my falsetto still. Okay, so I'm going to do a voiced LP of Undertale. So, are there any fans of Undertale here?
EX Oregon's one.
But anyway,
I've never played it.
I am from the demo alone. I have not played the full game yet, but I really, really, really freaking want to because I love the friggin' demo for that game.
Anyway, I'm looking for voice acting talent. Here are the open positions. They're not first come, first serve, but I am wanting to get auditions from you, and they can be any line from the game, as long as you submit several lines, and, you know, you do some good voice acting. Like, some actually good voice acting, not something like, Hoi, im Tammy. Like, Hoi, im Tammy!
Like actually put some enthusiasm behind the voice you are auditioning for. Make it work for the character.
Yeah, I don't get this game. I don't get
Why
this game.
am I getting all these freaking airsoft ads?
I don't know.
Get an ad blocker?
That's the first announcement. I can actually. I can't do my flowy voice because my flowy voice requires my falsetto. Blah.
Flowy.
It's currently kaput right now, and yes, I am doing flowy for this because I got a great vision for how flowy is going to sound. RVM, stop being a skelefucker.
After I play some Undertale, I might actually try it.
Classy.
Alright, so second announcement is NaNoWriMo hype.
Oh man. Raise the roof.
Pacifist.
NaNoWriMo, it is a week away. It is not too late to join if you are interested in joining. I've been going left and right about it. There are currently 19 people in the wagon doing it right now. If you'd like to join us, please do. For details, just talk to me in private or talk to someone else doing it in private or in public. Pretty much, I'll be staying on Discord for anyone who wants to ask more questions about NaNoWriMo, and I'll hop into the rooms about it. So, NaNoWriMo hype. Can I get a hype for NaNoWriMo? Hype!
Hype
train!
Hype thrusters activated.
I'm
Brain.
Okay, I finally got what I needed to get. RSG, are you there?
I am here.
Did you get the file? Did you get the zip file I sent you?
Anyway, that's it for me.
Yeah. Did you get the zip file, RSG?
No.
You didn't? I could have sworn I sent it to you.
I don't see where to accept it. If you did.
Huh.
Poopy, sperry, skeletons.
So,
Okay.
it seems like that would be that for announcements. Anybody else have something? I know
have a
fine.
cat, but other than that, not much.
Yeah.
Run, Phoenix, run!
Yeah, I know Finn Bob's been saying I don't have an announcement in the chat a bunch.
All I can say is that once Roy gets the confirmed translation to me, that the status on it possibly.
The best that I could get from that from the translation is that the stipulation on not making videos is entirely revolving around Nico Nico and another Japanese site and Japanese themselves, not foreigners,
Westerners.
like, yeah. But I'm not entirely sure on it because the person that I have to do the translation is not entirely as fluent in Japanese as they used to be. So they're not sure.
Alright.
Try getting in contact with Tsukime.
So what happened?
What
are you
is
talking
name?
about right now?
Hold on. I remember his
The
name.
voiced Wada Nohara may be coming back into action. Maybe.
Because,
Tsukime.
based
Trying in
on
contact. Trying in contact with Tsukime 429 Roy, because I know that I think he can translate stuff.
Yeah.
Would be nice
I would
to
say
have the
double
Wada
check
no
it
Hara Let's
before
Play
you
back.
announce anything.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Alright, so that seems to be it. So, folks, are you ready to end off this town hall meeting?
Yes.
Please.
That's all? Huh.
Alrighty. Well,
You guys
folks...
don't have to go home, but you can't stay here.
So, folks, this has been the town hall meeting for October 2015. This was great. Yeah, we've had relatively more short town halls in the past few times, but this time we actually had a fairly decently lengthy town hall meeting, and
Boy.
it wasn't unwelcome. So that should be that, though. Happy 20th anniversary to Toho, and let's hope for a couple more years for Toho, and a lot more years for the Wafa station wagon as well. So, folks, until the next town hall meeting, this has been Deity Diz, and the rest of the admins, and all of the members who have joined. See you next time.
Goodbye.
Adios.
See you next time.